Hello everyone, and welcome to Talking Class with Roland Ish. I'm Matt, and in this video, we're going to take a look at the subclass options for the Cleric from the 2024 Player's Handbook, or 5.5 edition of Dungeons & Dragons. So, at level 3, you get to choose a subclass, and the Player's Handbook offers you 4 different choices. With this subclass, you get some special features that are unique to it, so choose wisely. If you haven't done so already, take a look at our Talking Class playlist, and there you're going to find videos for each class, what they get, levels 1 through 20. So be sure to take a look at the Cleric one, and then come back here and take a look at the subclasses to really figure out how you'd like to build your Cleric. Let's start looking at the life domain. If you're really interested in your Cleric becoming a healer, this is the best subclass to take for it. The life domain is going to focus on the positive energy of all living things in the multiverse. That's basically what you're tapping into to use your healing powers. So in addition to that, if you're going to factor in the religious aspects of the Cleric class, I would consider choosing a deity that deals with healing or endurance. Gods of home, agriculture, and community are good. You could do some research into the pantheons and see how these gods are aligned and what they represent, so you can figure that out. But I think that's a good way to tie those things in. At level 3, when you choose the life domain subclass, you get access to the Disciple of Life feature. When you cast a spell with a spell slot, that means a leveled spell, like level 1 Cure Wounds. When you cast a leveled spell that restores hit points, like Cure Wounds, the creature regains additional hit points from it. That addition will be 2 plus the spell's level that you used. So if it's level 1, it's 2 plus 1, so 3 extra health points. Believe it or not, that is a lot. 3 is good, okay? Ask your sorcerer, ask your wizard, they will tell you, they will take every hit point they can get. But at level 3, when you're healing someone, they get a little bit extra just because you're a life domain cleric. That's a great feature to have. Also, you get access to your life domain spells. You're going to get additional spells with some of these subclasses, and with that, they're always going to be prepared, so they don't count against the limited amount you have to prepare. At level 3, you get access to Aid, Bless, Cure Wounds, and Lesser Restoration. So if you already had these spells prepared, unprepare them, choose something else, because these 4 will always be prepared in your list. So this will allow you to open up your range of spells that are available to you because you get these innately. At level 5, you get access to Healing Word and Revivify. That's the one that brings somebody back who just died. Aura of Life and Death Ward at level 7. And at level 9, you get Greater Restoration and Mass Cure Wounds. I could spend a ton of time diving into these spells and what they mean, but I'm going to reserve that for you to look up on D&D Beyond or your favorite source of how to get this information. I like D&D Beyond because it's coming directly from the handbook, so I would recommend looking them up using that. Your Player's Handbook has a whole chapter dedicated to spell descriptions, so check that out. Also at level 3, you get Preserve Life. As an action, you present your holy symbol and you expend a use of your channel divinity. Now remember, you have 2 uses or 2 options right now of what to use for your channel divinity. This is a different one. This is a different option that's going to allow you to use one of those channel divinities to do Preserve Life. Here's what it does. You can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. Okay? This is without casting a healing spell. This is not a spell. It's a feature. You can heal someone up to 5 times your level. And since you're getting this at level 3, 5 times 3 is 15, you can heal up to 15 health points to a bloodied creature. This means they have half their hit points remaining or less. So if they don't have half their hit points remaining and they're feeling pretty good, don't waste it on them. This is meant for creatures who are half their hit points or less. You can choose them, they have to be within 30 feet of you, and it can include you, so you could be part of this. You can divide those hit points among them. This feature can restore a creature to no more than half their hit point max. If their hit point max is 16, you can only give them 8 of these points. Okay? So that's what that means. So you could choose yourself or another bloodied creature within 30 feet of you and split up 5 times your cleric level worth of hit points to heal them. Again, this is outside traditional healing spells. So it's like a little pool of health that you can give. That's going to be great and save you some spell slots. That's an excellent feature, and you get it so early. At level 6, you get Blessed Healer. This means immediately after you cast a spell with a spell slot, so not a cantrip, a leveled spell that restores hit points, again, a healing spell, to one or more creatures other than yourself, you regain hit points equal to 2 plus the spell slot's level. So if you use a, let's say, level 2 Cure Wounds, 2 plus 2 is 4, you heal 4 points for healing someone else. So that's incentive for you to save those spell slots to heal someone because you're also going to get benefited by that. So use your healing spells, use them often, it's going to help you too. At level 17, so at higher level adventures, you get Supreme Healing. Now typically, when you would normally roll 1 or more dice to determine how much you heal someone with a healing spell, with Supreme Healing, instead, you can expend a use of your Channel Divinity and then just heal them for the highest number possible for each die. So for example, Cure Wounds is a level 1 spell and it uses 1d8. You roll that and that'll help you determine how much you heal your target. That's a d8. So let's say I'm casting this using Supreme Healing. I don't have to roll this. It's just 8. It is the max. So every time you level that spell upward, we call it upcasting. You can use a level 1 spell at second level. When you do, you get an extra die to use. So instead of 1d8, it's 2d8. That's how Cure Wounds works. So let's say you're casting a 5th level Cure Wounds. You would be rolling 5d8 to determine how much that player heals. What happens is you don't have to roll with Supreme Healing. 5d8, 5 times 8 is 40. Supreme Healing is really great. It's going to give your target the maximum they can heal. And think about that. If you're at level 17 and you're in a high level adventure, your cleric is very skilled. It makes sense that they would be able to do this, the maximum amount. Their power is strong. So if you want to play the healer and really lean into that, Life Domain is for you. The next one is the Light Domain. This is going to use the power of Radiance that is going to chase away and burn away lies and darkness, right? You stand for the truth, the light of things. So if you're dealing with a god of truth or vigilance, beauty, insight, renewal, oftentimes deities of beauty and artistry who teach art as a vehicle for the soul's improvement, that's describing you. So any of those appeal to you, a Light Domain cleric is a great choice. At level 3, you get access to your Light Domain spells. So different than the Life Domain, the Light Domain at level 3 is going to give you Burning Hands, Fairy Fire, Scorching Ray, and Sea Invisibility. At level 5, you get Daylight and Fireball. So this is where the cleric would access the famous wizard spell of Fireball and be able to have the cleric wield that kind of power. That's a good one. At level 7, you get Arcane Eye and Wall of Fire. At level 9, you get Flame Strike and Scrying. Scrying allows you to almost spy, in a sense. So you could see that there's a lot of fire-based things. Burning Hands, Fairy Fire, Scorching Ray, Fireball, Daylight. This is burning away the darkness and the lies with fire and radiance. That is the vibe for the Light Domain cleric. At level 3, you also get a feature called Radiance of the Dawn. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and you can expend a use of your Channel Divinity to emit a flash of light and a 30-foot emanation originating from you. So you're at the center of this. Any magical darkness, such that is created by like the darkness spell in the area, is dispelled. That's how strong your light is. In addition, each creature of your choice in that area must make a Constitution saving throw, taking radiant damage equal to 2d10 plus your cleric level on a failed save. So at level 3, 2d10 plus 3, or half as much if they succeed on the save. So this is for your enemies. If you're dispelling that darkness, great. You're going to allow you and your team to be able to see that darkness goes away, and enemies in that emanation get burned by you. Love it. You also get Warding Flare at level 3. This means when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, you can take a reaction to impose disadvantage on that attack roll because you're causing a light to flare right before they swing to potentially blind them. This could help turn a hit into a miss. That's really good. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. So as high as your wisdom modifier will go, the more uses of this you will get. Wisdom is your primary ability, so odds are this is your highest one. You regain all expended uses of this after you finish a long rest. At level 6, you get improved Warding Flare. This means you regain expended uses after you finish a short or a long rest. In addition, whenever you use your warding flare, you can give the target of the triggering attack a number of temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier. So remember, warding flare is a creature you can see making an attack roll. So when it comes to the improvement of warding flare, you can give the target of the triggering attack temp HP. So whoever that person was about to attack that you are going to use your reaction to impose disadvantage on, that teammate or even yourself, if you were going to be the target of that attack, you're going to get 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier in terms of temporary HP to give you a little shield just in case that attack still hits. Now at higher levels, at level 17, you get the Corona of Light. First of all, the Corona of Light, that's probably like the best name for a feature in this whole class. Second of all, when you make an attack action, you cause yourself to emit an aura of sunlight that lasts for a minute or until you dismiss it. Dismissing it does not take up an action to do. It's free. You emit a bright light in 60-foot radius and a dim light for 30 beyond that. The enemies that are in the bright light have disadvantage on saving throws against your Radiance of Dawn feature, and any spell that deals fire or radiant damage. If they have to make a save, they're going to do that with disadvantage. Your Radiance of Dawn is making them make a Constitution saving throw. So when you read this, these kind of stack, right? When you use your Corona of Light, anybody in the bright light, the 60-foot radius, has disadvantage on that con save, okay? That's awesome. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. At level 17, you're probably at a wisdom score of 20. Your modifier is probably maxed at +5. That's great. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. That's a good one. If you're going to use fire or rely on your radiant damage when you're dealing damage for this cleric, this is a great one to take because it's just going to make you a little stronger. Okay, the next one we have is the Trickery domain for you Critical Role fans of Campaign 2, Jester Lavore, or if you're watching The Mighty Nine on Amazon Prime, Jester is a Trickery domain cleric. This is somebody that's going to use deception, illusion, and stealth to help do whatever it is they're trying to do, which is typically disrupt some kind of force in the world. Puncture pride, mock tyrants, freeing captives, or flouting hollow traditions. That's the kind of thing that you're going to be doing. Pranks is for you. So if you want to lean into the silliness that we all enjoy in D&D, there is a domain for you to do this. So if you're going to lean into the religion, gods of trickery are mischief makers. They're instigators. Trickery gods are perfect for this, even if they lean a little on the evil side. Depending on how you play it, depending on how you talk with your DM about how the relationship between you and the deity is going to work, you can work that out. At level 3, you get Blessing of the Trickster. As a magic action, you choose yourself or a willing creature within 30 feet of yourself to have advantage on stealth checks. This blessing lasts until you finish a long rest or you use this feature again. So once you put this on yourself or someone else, it's there. There's no breaking it unless you use it again or go to sleep. At level 3, you get Trickery domain spells. So at level 3, you're going to get Charm Person, Disguise Self, Invisibility, Pass Without a Trace. Those are going to allow you to move around, hopefully undetected. Charm Person could get an enemy to become a friend. Look the other way so you can sneak in or convince them that you belong there. Level 5, you're going to get access to Hypnotic Pattern. You're going to get them to stare off and distract them so you can go do your trickery or non-detection. At level 7, you get access to Confusion and Dimension Door. Dimension Door is good for getting you and an ally out in a quick pinch. At level 9, you get Dominate Person, a little bit stronger than Charm Person, and Modify Memory. It's as if you can change their memories as if something they just witnessed you doing didn't even happen. That's pretty powerful. At level 3, a feature you get is called Invoke Duplicity. There's a few things going on here, so pay attention. As a bonus action, you can expend a use of your Channel Divinity to create a perfect visual illusion of yourself in an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet. The illusion is intangible and doesn't occupy its space. It lasts for a minute, but ends early if you dismiss it. No action required. Or if you get incapacitated. The illusion is animated and mimics your expressions and gestures. Now, look at the picture. The picture kind of gives you a representation of what that looks like. It looks just like her. When she smiles, the illusion smiles, right? So there are ways to use this as a distraction, but you also get the following benefits for the minute that this lasts. First, You can cast spells as though you were in the illusions space, but you must use your own senses. So where you are standing, if you can see your target or you can hear it, where you are standing, maybe you move your illusion to get in range of the spell you want to use while you remain out of range and somewhat protected. You can cast that spell from your illusion as if it was where you were standing. That is awesome. It allows you to manipulate the battlefield and try and keep your body safe while your illusion does the dirty work. You can distract when both you and your illusion are within 5 feet of a creature that can see the illusion. You have advantage on attack rolls against that creature, given how distracting the illusion is to the target. It is right here, right where you are. There's 2 of you there. One you and one's like ghostly illusion you. That's pretty distracting. Of course it should give you advantage on the attack. And then movement. As a bonus action, you can move the illusion up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see, so long as it's within 120 feet of you. So you can move it. Bonus action, I'm going to move my illusion 30 feet, 30 feet. That's its speed. It matches your speed. But make sure the illusion is staying within 120 feet of you, because then it's too far away and then it won't react. Okay, there's got to be a limitation there. That's how it's balanced. Invoke Duplicity. That's a great one to have. Get you out of a tight spot in a pinch. Level 6, you get Trickster's Transposition. Whenever you take the bonus action to create or move the illusion of your Invoke Duplicity, you can teleport, swapping places with the illusion, right? I gave an example earlier. You stay out of the battle and you move your illusion forward to do your dirty work. What if the battle still comes to you? All right, swap places now. Keep yourself safe. Let the illusion do the work. If you're going to pick this domain, you should have this out in combat right away. Right away. It's going to keep you safe, cause a distraction. I would use it every single combat. Now, at higher level adventures, you get improved duplicity. The illusion of your invoked duplicity has grown more powerful, just like you, in the following ways. Shared distraction. When you and your allies make attack rolls against a creature within 5 feet of the illusion, the attack rolls have advantage. Before it was just you. Now it's you and your allies. Healing illusion. When the illusion ends, you or a creature of your choice within 5 feet of the illusion regains a number of hit points equal to your cleric level. So when that illusion disappears, you can take it, or someone within 5 feet of it can take this. At level 17, it's 17 hit points that you heal them. At 18, it's 18. At level 19, it's 19, and so on. But that kicks in at level 17. That's pretty cool. It's like your illusion is your twin, and it's keeping you safe. War domain. So for you clerics out there that are not really into the spell casting, you may or may not lean into the religious aspect, and maybe not be the healer. This is for the cleric that wants to wear the heavy armor and wield the weapons, right? Maybe you took protector at character creation for your divine order. This is for you then, because these abilities are going to help make you stronger, particularly in combat. At level 3, you get Guided Strike. When you or a creature within 30 feet of you misses with an attack roll, you can expend a use of your Channel Divinity and add 10 to that as a bonus to that roll. So whoever just missed, you or a creature within 30 feet, you can give them 10 by expending a use of your Channel Divinity. Does that 10 turn their 14 into a 24? Maybe it hits now, right? Potentially turning a miss into a hit. When you use this feature to benefit another creature's attack roll, you need to use up your reaction to do so. So you can do you or choose someone else, but if you're choosing someone else, it's going to take up your reaction. Still worth it. You're also going to get access to your war domain spells. So these are going to be a little bit heavier hitting than some of the other subclasses. They're going to be a little bit more melee focused, okay? Guiding Bolt, that's an attack roll spell. It's literally a ranged attack, 120 feet. You're going to burn them with some radiance. You get access to Magic Weapon, makes your weapon stronger. Shield of Faith, puts a little floating shield around you. Spiritual Weapon. This is a sentient floating weapon that you can move, and it does what you command. At level 5, you get Crusader's Mantle and Spirit Guardians. At level 7, Fire Shield and Freedom of Movement. At level 9, Hold Monster and Steel Wind Strike. So these are really great spells to use. Take a look at them in your book, see what they do. I think you'll enjoy it. Also, at level 3, you get War Priest. As a bonus action, you make one attack with a weapon or an unarmed strike. So you could do a spell as your action. You can do attack as your action. As your bonus action starting at level 3, here's another attack with a weapon or an unarmed strike. At level 3, that's pretty good. Most melee classes don't get multi-attack until level 5. So for you to be able to use a bonus action to attack again at level 3, right now I think the monk might be the only thing that can do that. But you as a war priest could as well. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. So it's not like you can do it every turn, but let's say your wisdom modifier is a 3. You can use it 3 times. And as you grow your wisdom modifier, your number of uses for this will also grow because it's based off of your modifier. At level 6, you get War God's Blessing. You can expend a use of your channel divinity to cast Shield of Faith or Spiritual Weapon rather than expending a spell slot. So if you want to save those spell slots because you're fighting something powerful, or maybe you're running out of spell slots and you're fighting something powerful and you want to use one of these 2 things, save a channel divinity for that, because that's a great way to be able to save those spell slots. When you cast either spell in this way, the spell does not require concentration. That's awesome because they both do. And getting hit requires you to make a constitution save to see if you can keep your concentration up. These won't require that. That's awesome. Instead, the spell's just going to last a minute, but it's going to end early if you cast that spell again, or you get incapacitated, or you die. So don't die. All right, so at level 17, higher level adventures, you're going to get the Avatar of Battle. This is going to give you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. It's going to half that damage. Typically, this is something that a barbarian has when they rage. This is like that, but you don't need a rage to do it. It's just always. You're just resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Anytime you take one of those damages, you half it. That's pretty good. That's going to keep your cleric strong and on the battlefield because we need you there to heal the others. All right, my friends, that is the Life, Light, Trickery, and War Domain subclasses from your player's handbook. Please like and subscribe. That would really help put this video in front of more people. And we're really interested in those new people being people who are looking for another opinion on D&D content or new players. So help us out. Leave a comment. Tell us what you like about Cleric. What did you end up choosing? Did this video help you at all? Let us know. Until then, have fun building your Cleric, and we'll see you at the table.